have to be out here at 10 a.m. tomorrow sharp, so. Hello?
Oh my God.
Hey Most Amazing Top 10 family, I'm your host Chade Arena and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. We are headed back to Texas today, the Lone Star State where everything is bigger and people can pull out a pistol faster than NASCAR. Texas is definitely on my travel list. There is so much personality over there, but no matter where I go in Texas, you can believe I won't go check out anything on today's list of top 10 scary Dallas urban legends. When I travel, I like to eat good food and have a good time, not get an ancient curse attached to my person. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Also, stick around for the whole video because I'm going to be doing some more pet shoutouts, which you guys love so much. If any of you at home want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. And if you need some more Most Amazing Top 10 content, check us out on Instagram and Facebook. We are starting to do Facebook exclusive content. For those of you who want to grab some merch, check out the link in the description below. Use the offer code MA10 that will give you $5 off. And without taking any longer, let's get into this list. At number 10, we have Goatman. Just a 45-minute drive from downtown Dallas, we will find Lake Worth. It is a beautiful, peaceful place for the most part, but there have been some legends of a beast that lives at the lake, the beast known as Goatman. There have been tons of reports covering this creature. It's said to be about 7 feet tall, walk on 2 legs, and have the speed of a ferocious animal. During the day, it seems impossible to find, but once nightfall comes, he is on the loose, just like the Juice. If you're driving over a bridge at Lake Worth at night and you turn off your headlights, then the Goatman will appear and be quite hostile. It's said that he will throw tires at your car. So it's safe to say that this dude is jacked. Do you know how heavy a tire is? The root of the legend comes from a man named Oscar Washburn. He was a black man living in Texas and working as a goat farmer. One day, members of the KKK came to kill him and his family. They tied a rope around his neck and threw him off one of the bridges at Lake Worth. However, when these horrible men went to look at what they had done, Oscar's body was gone. That night he became the Goatman and killed those men and continues to patrol the area looking for evil people who deserve to die. At number 9, we have the Lady of the Lake. Let's jump from lake to lake. We're on a nice little beach adventure right now with all these urban legends. You can go alone to one of these lakes and then get Goatman to put sunscreen on your back. So nice. The Lady of White Rock Lake is a ghostly tale, but it might be connected to more than one person. Many people have reported seeing a pale woman walking around the lake late at night. It seems she's scared and alone and dripping wet. She will walk up to people and ask them for a ride home. If you turn your head at any point, she will vanish like she wasn't even there, and all that will be left behind is a cold puddle sitting in the spot she was standing. Now it's believed that this could be the spirit of a young woman who died in the lake, or maybe her body was dumped in there, or it could be the combination of several spirits who died in the lake, or it could be the combination of several spirits whose bodies are now in the lake. At number 8, we have the Sons of Herman Hall. This old hall is a nice place to have a low-key wedding or throw one of those hall parties. Are those still a thing? They were cool when I was in high school. I'm not cool anymore. But if you choose to have any sort of event at this hall, you're going to have plenty of unexpected guests. There have been tons of apparitions that have shown up while people are still partying in the building. People have seen couples dancing together, kids playing, and all sorts of scary ghostly things. But the ghosts always seem like they're having a great time. Many of the ghosts are dressed in their Sunday best, like they're heading to a big event. If you're going to be a ghost crashing a wedding, you can at least dress like you're supposed to be there. That's a very nice thing for them to do. I wonder who would be the last one dancing. It would be pretty hard to out samba someone who doesn't have a heartbeat. At number 7, we have the Adolphus Hotel. You know, I think if a big expensive hotel has a ghost inside it, it almost makes it more fancy. You know, I think if a big expensive hotel has a ghost inside it, it's almost more fancy. The owners are like, yeah, this hotel is so nice, people want to spend eternity here. If you agree with this idea, then the Adolphus Hotel must be one of the fanciest hotels in all of America because it is super haunted. The most famous ghost is that of a woman in white, the ghost of a bride who never made it to the altar. Her ghost has been seen all over the hotel, but mainly on the 19th floor. She tends to stick to number 19 because that's the floor where she took her own life on the day of her wedding. She hung herself in one of the rooms. Not only can you see the well-dressed ghost floating around, but you can also hear her. Some people have reported the sounds of a crying woman from empty rooms. On top of the deceased bride-to-be, there are some other ghosts who will walk around the hotel whispering in people's ears, and even one that plays the piano in the ballroom. At number 6, we have Flagpole Hill. if you want to visit this place, you better have car insurance because your car is going to get bashed up. Flagpole Hill seems like a place where you could just display your patriotism and then go home. But that's not the case. There's a bunch of ghosts there who want to ruin your expression of loyalty because the punk phantoms will start throwing rocks at your car. People have reported rocks being thrown at their car when no one is standing there. Like, dude, I just got this Sunfire. Like, are you kidding me? You know what this baby means to me? It's crimson red. Crimson red Sunfire. So maybe if you go to Dallas, you can show your American pride by going to the Cowboys game and skip the jerk-offs who throw stones at your car. Some people think that the ghost comes from a nearby house where a man committed suicide. At number 5, we have the Grandad Theater, an old closed down theater. Of course this place has some ghosts kicking around inside it. There have been loads of reports coming from this place. The most famous is about how the door to the projector room opens and closes on its own. It's not like that haunted door from the Los Angeles Urban Legends list that would crush people to death. That's probably my favorite haunted door of all time. But this one is still pretty creepy. Now, where have these ghosts come from? Well, apparently the whole place was built on an Indian burial ground, which seems like an old trope. I don't even know if I believe this one. But I'm here to bring you guys what I have learned, so it's up to you to decide whether or not you believe it. At number 4, we have Mary of the Combe Creek Trail. What are the top 3 things that make ghosts? Brides who die on their wedding day, people who fall victim to some sort of horrible curse or accident, and of course, children. I would say child ghosts are some of the most creepy. I think their little hands are all still sticky in the afterlife. Well, the sticky-handed ghost of a young girl named Mary haunts the Combe Creek Trail. If you're walking or driving down the trail, you might see her ghost standing by, watching you as you pass. There have been a few photos of the spirit and it seems like she's not alone. In most of the photographic evidence, you can see what looks like to be some sort of entity standing behind her. Could this other phantom be the reason that Mary went missing? Maybe this monster grabbed her and took her to the other side. Or maybe she was kidnapped and her kidnapper died alongside her. Who knows? At number 3, we have the Ship Lounge. Having a business stand for almost 80 years is very impressive. Those are some Batman numbers. And a dive bar nonetheless. I love dive bars. A place where the beer is cheap and the bathrooms have the slightest hint of dried pee. This old dive bar was thrown up in 1947 and has more to offer than old beer taps and stinky bathrooms. There of course is a lot of spooky stuff happening. Above the Ship's Lounge there's an apartment that, even though it is vacant, on a quiet night you can hear loud bangs of 2 people having a violent fight. Legend says that the original owner of the lounge used to live up there with his wife all the way back in the 40s. When the place first opened, it was a huge hit, and being a successful bar owner, you might attract some pretty ladies. Well, his wife thought he was messing around with some of the patrons, so she stabbed him to death in their apartment and then took her own life in a violent crime of passion. Now their ghosts are still both stuck up there and fight it out each day. That sounds like a very healthy relationship. She's like, oh yeah? Well, why don't you go have sex with one of your whores? And he's like, listen Stacy, you murdered me. I think we're even. Can you let me haunt this place in peace? At number 2, we have the Highland Hotel. Another fancy hotel with ghosts. Dallas must have some of the fanciest hotels in the whole world. Oh my god. I'm gonna go there and wear a bunch of shiny stuff so people know I'm important. Well, the Highland Hotel's packed with ghosts. There have been reports of people screaming, loud bangs, and all sorts of other apparitions happening through the hotel. But where did all these ghosts come from? Well, the Highland was a meetup place for bigwig gangsters way back when. If the cream of the crop of America's underbelly was coming through Dallas, they would stay at the Highland. And it's rumored in 1969, a couple of thugs came into the Highland Ballroom with Tommy guns and blew everyone away. And even though a bunch of people were murdered there, it never made it into the news because the mob covered the whole thing up. It's spooky and a murder mystery all wrapped into one. And for the number 1 spot, we have the LBJ House. So we've had dead brides, hotels with ghosts, possibly cheating husbands, monsters, and ladies of the lake. Let's get into the real nitty-gritty of Dallas. The LBJ House is a long-standing home that everyone refuses to live in. Why? Well, there's a bunch of ghosts in there, you dingus. And now how did all those ghosts get in there? Well, I'm gonna tell you that. Slow down, alley cat. Because a man came in and murdered his whole family with a butcher knife and then hung himself. Whoa, you could say.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Now the place has an evil attached to it. I mean, for good reason. A dude butchered his whole family in cold blood. If you do something like that, it doesn't tend to bring in the good vibes. Now if you go into the house, you can see blood splashes appear on the walls and an overall feeling of doom in your heart. That sounds like a bad time. Alright everyone, that is our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As promised, I'm going to be doing some more pet shoutouts. Remember, if you want me to shout out your pet, you can hit me up on Instagram. And without taking any longer, let's shout out some pets. Kicking off this list, we have Robert's dog Albus. Look at this little guy with his hat and his beard. He's digging it so much. Rachel sent in a bunch of different pets. Look at all these amazing pets in this picture. I love it. Jack sent in a picture of Harley. Look at this boy and his hat. He is so stylish. Next we have Carson's dog Toby. He's got a big old smile going on. I love it. After that, a most amazing fan sent in her cat Winnie. Look at that picture. It looks like it should be the National Geographic Photo of the Year. And finally we have Joseph's dog Osmandius. I can imagine the two of you have been watching the HBO Watchmen series together and loving it. Alright everyone, that is our list. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Until next time, I've been Shade Arena, and it's time to plan that trip to Dallas.